Welcome to YQ Academy, HTML, Interview Questions and Answers. 1. What is the purpose of using alternative texts in images? The purpose of using alternative texts is to define what the image is about. During an image mapping, it can be confusing and difficult to understand what hotspots correspond to a particular link. These alternative texts come in action here and put a description at each link, which makes it easy for users to understand the hotspot links easily. 2. Is the less than doctype HTML greater than tag considered as HTML tag? No, the declaration is not an HTML tag. There are many types of HTML, such as HTML 4.01 strict, HTML 4.01 transitional, HTML 4.01 frame set, XHTML 1.0 strict, XHTML 1.0 transitional, XHTML 1.0 frame set, XHTML 1.1 etc. So, is used to instruct the web browser about the HTML page. 3. Why is a URL encoded in HTML? An URL is encoded to convert non-ASCII characters into a format that can be used over the internet because a URL is sent over the internet by using the ASCII character set only. If a URL contains characters outside the ASCII set, the URL has to be converted. The non-ASCII characters are replaced with a % followed by hexadecimal digits. 4. What is the use of an iframe tag? An iframe is used to display a web page within a web page. Syntax. Example. Target to a link. 5. What are the entities in HTML? The HTML character entities are used as a replacement for reserved characters in HTML. You can also replace characters that are not present on your keyboard by entities. These characters are replaced because some characters are reserved in HTML. 6. Can you create a multicolored text on a web page? Yes, we can create a multicolored text on a web page. To create a multicolored text, you can use less than font color equal color greater than less than / font greater than for the specific text that you want to color. 7. How to make a picture of a background image of a web page. To make a picture of background image on a web page, you should put the following tag code after the less than / head greater than tag. Here, replace the image, Jeff, with the name of your image file which you want to display on your web page. 8. What is the use of a span tag? Explain with example. Greater than for adding color on text. Greater than to add background on text. Greater than highlight any color text. Example. 9. What is the advantage of collapsing white space? White spaces are a blank sequence of space characters, which is treated as a single space character in HTML. Because the browser collapses multiple spaces into a single space, you can indent lines of text without worrying about multiple spaces. This enables you to organize the HTML code into a much more readable format. 10. Is there any way to keep list elements straight in an HTML file? By using indents, you can keep the list elements straight. If you indent each subnested list in further than the parent list, you can easily determine the various lists and the elements that it contains. 11. Explain the key differences between local storage and session storage objects. 1. The local storage object stores the data without an expiry date. However, session storage object stores the data for only one session. 2. In the case of a local storage object, data will not delete when the browser window closes. However, the data gets deleted if the browser window closes, in the case of session storage objects. 3. The data in session storage is accessible only in the current window of the browser. But the data in the local storage can be shared between multiple windows of the browser. 12. When is it appropriate to use frames? Frames can make navigating a site much easier. If the main links to the site are located in a frame that appears at the top or along the edge of the browser, the content for those links can be displayed in the remainder of the browser window. 13. How to insert a picture into a background image of a web page. To insert a picture into the background image, you need to place a tag code after the less than / head greater than tag in the following way. Now, replace image, Jeff, with the name of your image file. This will take the picture and make it the background image of your web page. 14. What happens if you open the external CSS file in a browser? When you try to open the external CSS file in a browser, the browser cannot open the file, because the file has a different extension. The only way to use an external CSS file is to reference it using less than link / greater than tag within another HTML document. 15. What is the hierarchy that is being followed when it comes to style sheets? If a single selector includes 3 different style definitions, the definition that is closest to the actual tag takes precedence. Inline style takes priority over embedded style sheets, which takes priority over external style sheets. 16. How do you create text on a webpage that allows you to send an email when clicked? To change the text into a clickable link to send an email, you need to use the mail to command within the href tag. You can write it in the following way. 17. How are active links different from normal links? The default color for normal and active links is blue. Some browsers recognize an active link when the mouse cursor is placed over that link, whereas others recognize active links when the link has the focus. Those that don't have a mouse cursor over that link is considered a normal link. This is the end of our HTML interview questions. We hope you enjoyed learning with YQ Academy. Until next time, goodbye.